Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back for some Sister Wives drama today. How are you guys doing? So, Sister Wives aired on Sunday night. Somebody said to me in a comment on my video the other day, I guess I said something about Sister Wives Mondays, and they said, I thought Sister Wives was on Sundays. Is it now moved to No. Sister Wives has not moved to Mondays. Sister Wives Season 20 is still on Sunday nights. But Sister Wives Mondays refers to my TV channel, linked in the description box below my brand new movie channel. Every Monday, over on my TV channel, Peter Watches TV, I do reactions and recaps of the previous night's episode on Sister Wives. So on Sunday night, I watch the show. I take very extensive notes, very extensive notes with exact quotes. And then I do my reaction and my recap to the you get it. Anyway, I do recaps and reactions to the Sister Wives episode. So if you like to watch Sister Wives, or you just like, most of the people that watch those videos are like, I don't even watch this show. I just like to watch Peter's recaps of it. Oh my God, thank you so much. That means so much to me. So I always love to just put in Sister Wives on Google, in the Google. Y'all love the Google so much. Oh my God, I love the Google so much. So I need to treat my lips here because I got lots to say today. But I like to just put in a couple times a week Sister Wives into the Google. And I also love to read the threads about the Sister Wives because they see stuff that I don't see, and it's just so incredibly funny. But I like to put the Sister Wives into the Google and then just see what comes up. It's typically 9 times out of 10. Well, I would say 9.9 times out of 10. It's stuff that happened on the show. And so like People Magazine, Parade Magazine, all ETV, they just take stuff that happens on the show and then they turn it into like an article. Or they'll take like this week's episode, there was a situation with Christine and David, and they had like this deep discussion argument, and then that'll be one article. It'll be like Christine and David, reveal that they have problems in deep discussion or whatever, right? But it's really just something that happened on the show. And then they'll say something like, Mary said this, or Kody said that, but then they take the whole episode and they spread it out over a week. I mean, I guess it's kind of smart from a journalistic point of view. If you're trying to write articles about Sister Wives, I just put it all up in one 38-minute video. Yesterday's video was 38 minutes. So anyway, I was looking through the Google today to see what they were talking about with the Sister Wives, the Kody Brown family, as Christine Brown Woolley. Truly, don't call me Truly Brown. As Christine Brown Woolley refers to it as the Kody Brown family in her book, which I read and did an entire recap on over here. But anyway, I was looking over these articles, and like E! News has Sister Wives Janelle Brown says daughter Madison Brush hasn't spoken to Kody Brown in years. Okay, so we're going to get into this in just a second, but this was a huge issue that came out kind of at the very end of the show, because in the show this week, well, they're really struggling, okay? Now, Christine has supposedly come out and confirmed that there's a 21st season. This is the 20th season. Christine has come out and confirmed that there's a 21st season. Some of the kids in their TikTok lives and Instagram lives and stuff like that have said there's a 21st season. Mary has been seen filming in Parowan, Utah, which is where she lives. So, supposedly there's going to be a 21st season. In all honesty, there's all these I'm part of all the Facebook groups. They always are putting out lies and rumors and stuff like that. So, they're saying in there that, like, Robin and Kody aren't going to be on season 21. Okay, they're not going to have a Sister Wives without Robin and Kody, okay? They're just not going to do that. Kody was the husband of the Sister Wives. They're not going to have a Sister Wives show without Kody. They're just not. It wouldn't last. I said this in a video not too long ago. What I do think would work is if they called it Sister Wives Next Generation, like the Real Housewives did with the kids of the Housewives, and they did Next Generation with all the kids in New York. Like that is working. Like, people really like it. I haven't watched that yet because I'm just really not that interested in the kids of the Housewives, but my friends have watched it and they love it. My best friend watched it. She goes, it's really good. So, and they're filming the second season right now. I do think that might work. They've hinted out that they might do another season and just have it be like Janelle, Christine, and Mary. Well, Mary doesn't talk to Christine and Janelle. Janelle and Christine are friends, but Janelle has all the kids living near her, and Christine's jealous as hell about it. So, and they live far away. I mean, Christine lives in Utah. Janelle lives in North Carolina. So I don't really know how we would make that work unless it was just the sister wives that we know right now, minus Kody and Robin. But the reality is, and I'm just talking about this as a super fan of the show that's watched every episode, every season. As a super fan of the show, as much as like Robin and Kody disgust me, it is hilarious to watch them. I mean, like this, I mean, they are like good reality TV to the level of that they're just a shit show and they're liars constantly, right? I mean, they all are liars, but they're just liars. So they're not going to kick Kody and Robin off the show. They're just not. Like, that's never going to happen. So I've been seeing all these rumors come out that they're going to like, 21st season's going to be, you know, Sister Wives, but minus Kody. No, that's not going to happen. Sister Wives season 21, if they continue on the same path they're going to do, Aurora, Robin's daughter, is going to get married because they've introduced her boyfriend this season, or she'll get engaged. It'll be some big deal over that relationship. And it'll be about, you know, Kody's going to go on this apology tour this season. So next season will be about him trying to rebuild relationships with his kids. That's how they'll get everybody to watch it. Because this season's going to be about him rebuilding relationships with his wives. It'll end. And then it'll be like, next season will be about him rebuilding relationships with his kids. They don't want to end this. This is the thing. In Christine's book, she talked about the fact, and I've said this so many times now, I feel like I'm just on repeat. But she said in there that when she went to Kody, and she and Kody went to the producer, I think his name was Tim, that was like the executive producer of the show, and and she told him that she was leaving Kody. He was like, he left the next season because he was like, this is not the direction that I want this show to go. Like, I wanted this show to be about family. I mean, they've sold us a lie for 20 seasons anyway. I don't know why the guy couldn't stay on for another season or two to collect his check. But anyway, he left because the production team behind Sister Wives always wanted it to be this homey show where we're selling you the idea of polygamy and how polygamy works. And we're just one big happy family. Before the show is going to end, they're not going to end Sister Wives unless the ratings are so bad. And there's still enough people out there that are watching it. They're not going to end Sister Wives on a bad note. They're going to try to repair a lot of these relationships before they sign off. So I have a feeling next season is going to be about Kody spending time repairing his relationships with his kids. I mean, one of the things is Christine and David have both made it very clear they don't like filming for the show anymore. But they don't have a problem collecting their check. So, and I don't know that I would have a problem collecting $1 million. They make almost $1 million a season. I don't know that I would have a problem I mean, I said this in my reaction, and somebody commented, because I said they just drink coffee in their kitchen and talk about Kody. And somebody said, would you have a problem collecting a check for $1 million? And somebody responded to it and said, I would have a problem collecting $1 million check talking about my ex from 5 years ago. I mean, that's kind of it, right? But we don't really see a lot that's going on new with these people. Mary can't even film unless her best friend Jen is there because she has no storyline. Mary she's not dating anybody. I mean, we saw her speed dating this season, but she's not dating anybody. Leon never is on the show. So, I mean, Mary really has no storyline except her best friend being there. And then Janelle is on the farm, but I mean, I don't necessarily want to watch a show about Janelle telling people what trees to cut down. I mean, that to me is not interesting. Or Maddie having more kids. Like, I think it's great. I like Maddie. I like Caleb. But I'm not real interested in that, you know? And Christine, all her and David do is stand in the kitchen and drink coffee or take walks down the street. And hardly any of the kids are in it anymore. And to be honest with you, when I watch it, the only parts I'm really interested in anymore is to see if Robin and Kody are going to do something that's so effing stupid that it's going to make them look like idiots. Or if they lie on camera, because I'm like, oh, they lied. Like, they're rewriting history. Because that is interesting to me when Kody and Robin do a lot of, because they do that a lot. Or when they show, like, this last episode, they had, like, Maddie's been in it a lot, but they had Gabriel in it. And now Peyton is living in North Carolina, and Gabriel was visiting. Like, I love that kid, Gabriel. He's, like, probably the sweetest thing that came out of that show. And so when you see the siblings interact, like, I am interested in that, you know? And so for me, for them to do a spinoff show about the siblings, I think that might be smart. The problem is, I don't think enough of these kids want to be on TV. I just don't think they do. And no TV show is going to carry with Peyton and McKelty and Maddie. And I don't think Maddie even wants to be filmed that much. Peyton and McKelty, they are on lives all the time. They can't wait to spill their truth. So when I saw this episode, and at the end of it, the production team asked Janelle something about, does Kody know that Maddie is pregnant? I mean, Maddie's literally ready to give birth any day on this episode. And she's like, no. And she's like, Kody will find out when Kody finds out. And they ask her, like, when was the last time that, I don't think I have my notes anymore, but they ask her, when's the last time that Maddie talked to Kody? And she says like 2 or 3 years ago. Now, what's interesting to me about this is that I just did, oh, I don't know if I'll be able to find these receipts, the receipts, Whitney. I just did this video over here talking about, let me put in Maddie. Is it coming up? I don't think it is. No, it's not coming up. Let me put in her last name. Hold on a second. She just did like an Instagram story. I think I erased these. Why did I erase these? That was so stupid. Yeah, it's not coming up. But she, all these beauty brushes are coming up when I put it in Brush because her last name's Brush. Do I have it on here anymore? Anyway, Maddie just did this Instagram live. Oh, I do have it. I do have it. Oh, thank God. And so she just did this Instagram live where she was talking about Robin and Kody and all this kind of stuff. And she said, ask me a question. Here, I have them all right here. So she put this up and she said, ask me a question. And she did actually get into some of these. Talks about mom billing. Okay. How much of the show is accurate? She talks about, hold on a second. Have you given professional therapy a go to help process issues with Kody? And she says, yes, I see a professional therapist on and off. I have a busy schedule and she is rather good, so she stays rather busy. I have benefited a lot from it. I think anyone comes from a complex family dynamics could benefit from it. But then she gets very specific about Robin in here. Somebody asks her, are you open to reconciling with your dad? No judgment if you're not. And she responds and says, here, you can see it, it's right here. I'm not sure. I think I would need more than he could give. I am not sure I want to welcome the storm that is Kody and Robin into my life. From day to day, the life of the Brush family is very quiet and easy. I like that. So what she's saying is she doesn't want to enter chaos with Robin and Kody, and so it's going to bring a lot of chaos. She talks in here about Mary, and she says in here, do you talk to Mary? I covered this all in a video. Were rumors true that she was quite mean to all your kids? She says, Mary was hard. As an adult, I look back and I see that I think a lot of who she is due to her own hurt, which I do believe Kody did contribute to. I believe Mary is, it's interesting that she refers to Kody, not her dad, but says Kody, which she's done for a long time. I believe Mary is on her own healing journey. She was extremely harsh. She will never be allowed in my children's life, though I forgive her now. And then it goes on, and this is the best. Somebody says, has Robin really tried to make any attempts to reaching out to you? And she says in here, here it is, Robin is a liar. The end. If her mouth is moving, she is manipulating in such a calculated way that you will not know up from down. Truly, and don't call me Truly Brown, but she doesn't say that. Truly, she is a liar to an extent I have yet to see replicated. Just my own personal opinion, take it or leave it. I mean, to call Robin a liar on that level, and I mean, Maddie is somebody that I think she's pretty trustworthy, you know? I'm like blown away by it, honestly. So, one in this episode, Janelle said, I can't remember if it was like, Peyton said he hasn't talked to his dad since Garrison's funeral. So that would be 2 to 3 years. I think she says in here that Maddie hasn't talked to her dad in 2 to 3 years. I think it was about the same difference, but it might have been longer. Do I have my Sister Wives notes in here anymore? I think I deleted them last night. Oh, you know what? I can go in my recently deleted Sister Wives. Okay, let's go down here. It was one of the very last things. Did I even take notes about this? No, I don't think I even, maybe I did. I don't know. But they ask her at some point, and Janelle says that she hasn't talked to her dad in like, I think she says longer than 2 to 3 years. So when I saw this article come up, I was like, here we go again. This doesn't really surprise me, but because there is an interesting article that comes up. Sister Wives, and this is from E! News, Janelle Brown says daughter Madison Brush hasn't spoken to dad Kody Brown in years. There's no question that Sister Wives Madison Brush and estranged dad Kody Brown's love has been divided, but on the series' November 9th episode, her mom, Janelle Brown, reveals they haven't spoken in years. And it goes on to explain basically what I just explained. When they ask her if Kody knows that she's pregnant, Janelle responds, he'll find out. They haven't spoken for a long time. It's probably been 2 to 3 years, is what she says. Now, this is where I believe that if they do a season 21, you know, I've been very confused about this season because they already had the Christmas episode, which feels really early for me in Sister Wives history. Like, I feel like they usually do the Christmas episode around the holidays. And then they take like a mid-season break. Last year, the mid-season break came back on Easter Sunday. I remember that because I thought it was hilarious that it came back on Easter Sunday. And then it went further than that. Last season was also the longest season that they've ever had. And that was because they covered the funeral, Garrison's passing, and things like that. So we knew it was going to be a long season. When I started watching the season, I was like, And they haven't really, like, they're going back. I mean, Sister Wives, if you don't watch it anymore, this is what they do. They show Mary unpacking a box. It's her wedding stuff. And then they talk about stuff that happened 30 years ago. They show Robin and Kody, and they're doing like a dance thing. And then it's about how much Kody loves to dance. And they go back and talk about his dancing for 30 years ago. The show is nothing new. Except for Robin and Kody moving into their new house, which who cares? And, you know, Janelle on the farm, but she's there already. So there's nothing new. They're not like, this is where Sister Wives is really screwing up. Like, they're not showing the daily life of Christine and David. They're not really showing what Mary's life looks like. Like, I would love for her to put up a camera and show one of her LuLaRoe lives. Like, they don't really show the daily lives like they did. It's all just interviews of talking about things that happened 30 years ago because they think that the fans are only interested in what happened 30 years ago. And then that's where the rewriting of the history and the narrative gets messed up, because it's like, I mean, and this is the other thing though too, and not to defend these people, but like, I mean, I got sober 30 years ago. I mean, I cannot remember some things that happened 30 and 35 years ago the way that I could back in the day. Like, I just don't, you know, like, I don't know, like there's bits and pieces of things that I don't remember exactly the same. So to hold them to something that they said in season 1, episode 3, and be like, they're saying it differently now. I'm talking about Robin and Kody rewrite history in a big way, okay? In a huge way. But like all this show really is a reflection on the past. And last season was very similar to that too. So I'm like, when are they going to start like Mary's scenes are very contrived. Jen has to always be there because it can't just be Mary sitting on the floor. You know what I mean? Like, it can't. So it's very contrived. So I'm not really sure how this is going to work. Like, I don't really understand it if they're going to do a 21st season, which is why I think they're right now kind of building people's interest, because they all know what we want to see is Kody's apology tour. Well, I have a feeling that's going to start before the mid-season break, and it's going to happen after the mid-season break. Then he's going to have all these meetings with Mary. I mean, Mary would jump back into that marriage in a heartbeat if she could. I mean, I was saying in my reaction, like, I don't think Kody and Robin have done it in years. Mary still kind of pines after him. Christine is comparing David and Kody a lot. Like, I was like, are they all going to get back to... It's not going to happen. It's not. But I mean, like, something massive is going to happen this season with the selling of Coyote Pass. That's where it's going to be the mid-season break, and then Cody's going to say, I want to sit down with all of you and talk to you individually, and he's going to rebuild the relationships. What each of them is going to say is, for you to rebuild a relationship with me or for me to forgive you, you're going to have to rebuild your relationship with your kids. Robin's going to back that because 3 seasons ago, Robin was telling him, you need to work on your relationship with your kids, okay? Season 21 is going to be about him, and maybe that will be the last one, and it'll be about him rebuilding the relationship with his kids. I thought it was really interesting in this last episode, I think it was 2 episodes ago, that Christine suggested that they should all have a big reunion once a year. Robin was like, I don't think that's a good idea to throw us all in a room together, which I agree with. I mean, I'll be honest with you, it pisses me off that they won't make him do a reunion show where Kody and the wives all sit together on separate couches. I don't care. But they do the interviews. It's such bullshit. Every other reality TV show, even when they don't get along. I mean, I always reference this, but like when Tom Sandoval and Raquel had the affair on Ariana Maddox, I mean, they were all sitting in the same room. I mean, you want to talk about pain. They can, for the audience, they can do a reunion all together. So I thought it was interesting that Christine hinted at them all getting together for a reunion once a year. And she was talking about Robin's kids when she said that. She was insinuating Robin's kids because she said, I never wanted to not have a relationship with them. So she was insinuating Robin's kids. What's interesting to me about that is, I don't think it would work on a personal level, just like, let's have a reunion. But if they were to do it and film it, I think everybody would show up for that. I know I would. Because they won't even sit on the same couch and do a reunion show. So they're going to all put them all together, the kids, Kody, Robin, everybody, the wives together, and have a big reunion. I mean, there would have to be a lot of healing and repair that would happen for that to happen. So is that what's going to happen at the end of season 21 and then they're just going to end the show? Like, I really do not see the show going on for 25 seasons. I just don't know how they're going to do it, you know? But if they're going to introduce something else, because people have like suggested spinoffs, if it was going to be a kid's show, for Kody to rebuild relationship with his kids, that would be a way to spin it into another show about the kids. I don't know why my gut tells me that the next thing is going to be about the kids. But anyway, enough about all that. What I did find interesting was this article that said, and this is from The Richest, and this is from 29 minutes ago, Sister Wives Janelle Brown's former Las Vegas home on sale for double what she paid. And I was like, oh, this is interesting. You know, now that we know that they all moved out of Las Vegas so that Dayton could go to college in Arizona, Janelle Brown is proof that sometimes hindsight is everything. The Sister Wives star's former Las Vegas home has hit the market again, this time for nearly double what she sold it for just 6 years ago. God, was it just 6 years ago? Feels like it was so much longer again. According to the Ashley's Reality Roundup, you go Ashley, she covers all this shit, love it. The 5-bedroom property, which was once part of the Browns' infamous Las Vegas cul-de-sac, those days, I kind of like those days, is currently listed for $1.15 million. Janelle originally sold the home in 2019 for $575,000 after struggling to find a buyer and cutting the price various times. She was also acting as her own real estate agent, which may have saved her on commission but cost her in timing. Now the home's higher value highlights just now. I know people are like, it's because it's a sister wife house. I don't know about that. I don't know, like, that I would want to buy the sister wives house. Now the home's higher value, it's because of market rates. The home's higher value highlights just how poorly timed the Browns' decision to leave Las Vegas really was. Kody said we have to get out now. Do you guys remember? I remember that episode. He had the dry erase board and he was like turning pages and gave them all handouts. We got to get out now because this is the only time we're going to get our best money's worth. This is where the show is such BS because Janelle and Christine said that they didn't want to move because they didn't want to take their kids out of school. Then all of a sudden they're on board to move. Now what we know is they all agreed to move to establish residency for Dayton so that Dayton could go to school and that they could be closer to Dayton when he went to school in Arizona, okay? I don't know how Kody sold them all on that. I mean, the fact that a lot of them stay on the show, like Christine at the end of her book says, you know, I thought that we would just live in peace and harmony forever and I'd never have to be back on that show again. Then she turns back up on the show. So it must be for the check. And I'm not dissing her for that. I'm saying I probably would do a show for $1 million a year too. If I just had to sit in my coffee and talk about my ex for 15 minutes a day. You know what I mean? Like it's not that hard of a deal for $1 million a year. But then it doesn't also surprise me that if their lives were built around this show, okay, that they would move to Flagstaff if Kody was like, we're moving to Flagstaff. And they all bought in to the polygamous family at that point, even though it was totally falling apart for the show. Like, the show's not going to go on, they didn't think. I mean, it took a lot for Christine to say, I'm done, I'm out. Like, they could have written her off the show, you know? And I think she knew that when she went to production. She probably thought, I am going to be off the show. I was kind of surprised she didn't mention that in the book. So does it surprise me that the house is selling for more now? No, but they weren't going to stay in that Vegas cul-de-sac for 6 years. No way. They had to move because of Dayton. Janelle married Christine and Robin, built custom homes side by side, and that was, oh my God, I love, see, that's where they're not showing the day-to-day stuff, right? Like that building the house, and why does Mary get this house, and everybody, all this kind of stuff, everybody's up in arms about that. You know, like, I miss those days, like where you saw the day-to-day life. We don't ever see that. And we just see David and Christine taking a contrived walk down the street or having coffee. She said, you just missed a deep conversation this week. We don't even see the deep conversation that they have. You know, Janelle's sitting in a chair, or they're sitting around the kitchen, or Maddie's packed a bag 4 times this episode to go to the hospital. It's like, we don't see the day. It's not really a reality show. It's a retrospective of past seasons. But in 2018, the family uprooted everything to relocate to Flagstaff, Arizona, invested big time in a 14-acre plot of land known as Kody Pass that they planned to develop but never did. The move ended up being a financial disaster. As previously reported, the family sold off all parcels of Kody Pass earlier this year for a combined $1.5 million, earning merely $68,000 in profit after years of upkeep and taxes. Not even worth it. For a family that once earned up to $40,000 per episode from TLC, the Browns' current financial reality is a stark contrast. Where is it now, though? They're talking about Janelle and moving away, all this kind of stuff. Hold on a second. They're just talking about her forever home in North Carolina. Kody and Robin put down several million on a new mansion earlier this year, proof that the TLC money must still be coming in strong. Yeah, they made $900,000 each. I think it was $942,000 each an episode. But I think that's interesting. They stayed in those homes. They wouldn't have the financial problems they have now. Sure as shit, they have a right to be upset with Kody. Anyway, you know, it's interesting because I just did a video last week talking about how Logan commented on his dad's Instagram, you know, and Logan is like another one like Gabriel that I love. I think he's just such a decent human being, and it's like, I don't know, a lot of the kids I feel that way about, you know, and I don't think that the kids should be blamed for the show and the asinine qualities of their dad and stuff like that. And Peyton came out and said that we don't, like, we're all siblings, like we don't want to be referred to as like the OG and all that kind of stuff. And I get all that, but it's like, you know, what's interesting to me is who does and doesn't have relationships with Kody and Robyn. Kody and Robyn, I mean, even Logan reached out to Mary for the candy cane recipe. Like, you don't ever hear Kody and Robyn ever say, like, oh, I talked to so-and-so last week. Like, you never hear him say that, any of them. And so it's like, do any of the kids, I mean, Logan commented on his Instagram post for Special Forces, but other than that, like, I don't know that any of the kids have talked to him since Garrison's funeral. It's really rather sad. And I do think it's something that the production team knows they have to address. So is the next season going to be all about the kids? I have a feeling it will be. I think that's why we're seeing more of the kids in these episodes. But anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section below. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.